title is clickbait, but it checks out. I don't know where else to start with this other than Nazbols and anarchists and socialists and all of them have well more revolutionary potential than even the most die-hard Marxist-Leninist and other LARPers. That's why I'm calling this video, fucking Marxist-Leninist LARPers, because there's no other way to say this other than if you are on the public internet, you are on the open internet, not some dark web shit, you are not revolutionary. And I don't mean that as in, you have to be an underground criminal to be cool and edgy. And no. In other words, if you're on an open forum, guess what? The government knows full well what you're doing and doesn't give a shit. Why would they give a shit? That's stupid. That's stupid. If you posed any kind of significant threat, your fucking website wouldn't be there. Your little Facebook forum wouldn't be there. Your little subreddit wouldn't be there. It would get shut down and someone would probably get shot. That's what would happen. So by extension, we can pretty much assume you're not shot, your website's still up, you don't pose a significant threat. Which is fine. You're more than free to just have an opinion, but then realize that all you are is an opinion forum. But then you want to ban people because you're not even really, communist in the emotional sense. You're not communist in the sense of, this is how I feel, but I don't pose any significant threat to the capitalist system. Because if you felt that way, you wouldn't be moderators. You wouldn't advocate moderators. You wouldn't be like, man, hammer, gulag. You don't even know what a fucking gulag is. Got news for you, a gulag is a prison. That's it. It's not a secret island where all the bad people that are transphobic and everything else that offends you go. It's not a, fantasy-induced power trip where every person that you don't like personally is tortured and shit. It's just a fucking prison. It was just a materialistic way of handling criminals and other, underhanded people and putting them through labor and re-education so that they could still contribute to society, and the typical working force wouldn't have as much of a burden because a lot of the hard labor would be done by the prisoners. What every fucking system does throughout history. So it just proves that they have no concept of anything. They're just worthless people. Worthless. And the very fact that, they could just go on and on about the gulags and about, if I was in charge, who gives a fuck what you think? Who gives a fuck if you were in charge? You're never going to be in charge. The only thing you're going to be in charge of is your goddamn little pedophile forum where you guys go back and forth and have your little circle jerk because God forbid anyone deviate from your little subreddits and Facebook groups and shit like that. You're fucking pathetic. If I had the opportunity, I would sell you out to the FBI. I totally would. I would do it for cheap, too. You wouldn't even have to pay me good money to be an informant. Because, fucking, what do I care about you? You clearly don't even respect my rights to, shit post. So, you know what? Fuck you. You can go to the gulag. And see, it's just fucking normal prison. Then your asshole can get pounded by Tyrone.